finishing our final project with Hummingbird bit. Now remember, I mentioned at the beginning of the course that there are 20-point projects at the end of each session. So this is going to be your final project here worth 20 points. So we're going to work on it today. Hopefully we can get it done today. If not, we can go into tomorrow, but try to get it done today. And what we have created here is a automatic driving car that when something comes close, it'll back up. We have some flashing lights we're going to put on the front here. These are the 3-color RGBs. And on the back here, we also have a yellow LED. The very front here, that's a distance sensor, also called ultrasonic. So what you're tasked to do first is I would like for you to wire up your Hummingbird. I'm going to give you a list of the things that you need to wire up. You need to pay very close attention to how they're plugged in, because that is how you're going to develop your code. So for instance, I have my yellow LED plugged into LED 1. This is for the single color LEDs. I do not have my tricolor LEDs plugged in just yet. I need to clip some wires, so I'll get those put in. If you need that done, let me know. So what you need to have plugged in, you need to have an ultrasonic sensor. You need to have 2 of the RGB lights, the red, green, blue lights. Those are going to be coming through the front. I'll talk about how you're going to do that here shortly. Distance sensor, RGB lights. We have 1 single yellow LED back here. And then on the bottom, what we're going to use rotation servos. And I also have a ping pong ball. Actually, this is a practice golf ball, same idea. So this is going to drive around, and once it detects something being too close, it'll back up, sort of like a Roomba. That's what we're going to be creating today, an automatic driving car. Once you have everything wired up, I would like for you to raise your hand. I will come around to check to make sure that it is correct. Because what I found is much easier is for you to assemble everything first and then glue. So we're using hot glue. We also are going to be attaching some of these wheels on the rotation servos on the bottom. So if you look here, and if you don't have a couple black screws in your kit, check with your neighbor. I know sometimes they get mixed around. You also will need to make sure that your wheel here has a little rubber band around it as well to grip the floor. So before you even glue these on, you need to attach them. You have a screwdriver. You're going to use that little black screw as you see here. Those simply slide onto the servo. You can kind of see it here, and here. Slide onto the servo, and then you use this little screwdriver to connect it. Do not over tighten these. It just needs to hold it in place. If you tighten it too much, it could damage the servo. It could also strip the screw, which makes it really, really hard to get out. Now there's a couple things just to note as you build this out. There are 2 holes in the back, and I use this screwdriver to create those holes. So the LED is going to go through and peek out the top, so I have the LED wires going through, coming back up through, so that way we can plug it into the microbit. I also use this on the front here as well. So there's no glue holding the LEDs or actually the distance sensor either. There's no LEDs on this. I just have this kind of pinched in here and holding it in place. So once you have your all your things wired up properly, so again, yellow LED, 2 red, green, blues, distance sensor, and 2 rotation servos. Then you can simply glue these using the hot glue guns. Glue this to the top, flip this over, and we have some rotation servos here, and also a golf ball. When you are cutting your piece of cardboard, I'm going to give you here, this is called a canary knife, okay? So it won't easily cut you. However, if you do slide it across your hand or your finger, you might get a small cut. So please be very, very careful. It almost looks like a butter knife, but it has little tiny teeth. And it works super, super well on cardboard here. So I got these from this Gerber. And so I'm going to have you cut out a little flap here. I have some boxes. and cut right down the seams of them. Here we go. Perfect. Try not to fold this too much. It's going to hurt the integrity of it because we want it to be a little stiff. It's not a whole lot of weight, but we don't want it to be bending. So there is your board that you can use for starting your car. So again, wire it up first, raise your hand and come check it, and then I'll allow you to use the glue guns to get everything connected, and then we'll work on the code.